Hi, my name is Brian from EasyFlow Tutorials, and today we're going to talk about photo exposure correction, how to correct photo exposure, how to correct the exposure on a photograph that's either too dark, or from time to time you may take a picture and look in the photo viewfinder and find out that it looks great in the viewfinder, then you get it home and it's too dark, or it's turned orange, or it has a blue haze on it. One of the reasons for this is white balance. White balance needs to be adjusted for certain lighting settings, lighting situations. And most cameras have an automatic mode, but it's not always the greatest and doesn't always make the greatest selection. So some of the cameras also have a selections panel or an options panel in the menu, and you can go there and you can find white balance, and it gives you a few selections for outdoor lighting, indoor lighting, incandescent lighting, and that kind of thing. So just go to the menu on your camera and see what kind of white balance adjustments you have, and then practice to see which ones work best for you in certain lighting situations. Okay, now another thing is that in order to take great photos, the greatest photos you've ever taken in your life, one of the things that you can do is go and learn these particular subjects. Take a look at them, look them up on YouTube, get a book or something like that, and learn about shutter speed, aperture, ISO, white balance, focus mode, exposure compensation, focus points, metering mode. We're getting ready to start the program in a minute. And flash exposure compensation. I know I'm taking a little bit of time on this, but if you want to take the greatest pictures ever and not have to do as much editing, the best thing to do is learn about these particular things, and then it'll help your photography grow, and you'll be better, and your pictures will look great. Okay, and you have to do a lot less in post than you do right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and learn. Let's get started. So I pulled up a picture here that I've taken a long time ago here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and we open it up in Photoshop. Once you've opened it in Photoshop, always hit Control J to make a copy of the photo that you have. You never want to make adjustments on the original. You always want to make it on the copy. Okay, so let's make a copy. Then go to the top of the screen and select Filter, and then Camera Raw Filter. Then your picture will open up in a panel like this. Okay, now once you've opened up in a panel like this, one of the first things that you can do is go to here where it says white balance, and it says as shot. So this is how it looks as shot coming out of your camera. Now you can also make a change or adjustment to this by hitting auto. You see it didn't do very much, so sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Here it did not. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, or the second thing you want to do, is go to temperature exposure. You can actually change the temperature, and you can see that the background's beginning to show, or the foreground's beginning to show up pretty well. I wouldn't change the tint yet until you get it light enough. The other thing to do is go ahead and adjust exposure settings. See, and as you see now, you're starting to see a pretty good picture of the house that's in the back, in the foreground, and also the flowers in the front. Probably won't be the greatest picture, but at least you can see what's in the picture altogether. Okay, so you want to change the highlights also. You can adjust it up or down till it looks good to you. Okay, adjust the shadows. If it's still too dark, you can adjust the shadows too. That looks pretty good. And I would go with the whites, play around with that just a little bit, your blacks, and just do it until it looks good to you. That looks actually pretty good. Adjust the clarity. If it seems blurry or seems like it might be a little out of focus, you can probably adjust that a little bit. Vibrance, if you want to add a little pow to it. See what happens here? Isn't that great? But I don't want to do that, so I'm going to put it back. You can also add color saturation. You can actually make it look pretty good there with a little more color and that kind of thing. And once you've done this and it looks good to you, go ahead and click OK. And it shows up on your screen like this. So now you've adjusted the contrast, you've adjusted, and just experiment, just play around with it. Just the highlights, tint it only if you need it. If it seems a little discolored, use your shadows, your whites, your blacks, and once you have it together, go ahead and click OK. Okay, and it'll look great. And it looks great, and you can go ahead and save it and share it with your friends. Okay, now the tip of the day: always create a folder. Well, you don't have to always, but I just do. Create a folder, and I usually call it notes. So when I'm taking classes or courses online, I name this notes, and then I just add notes to that particular section, so that when I come back to this picture, or come back to this training, or come back to this experiment, I can know what notes what I actually did to get it to look like this. Okay, so now that you've done that, thanks for watching. Tell your friends about this channel. Don't forget to like us and subscribe. This is my first video, but there are going to be many, many more to come. Thank you and have a great day, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.